At the beginning of the story, we meet a girl named Danny Moonstar. She's asleep in her house when her dad suddenly rushes in and wakes her up. Terrifying noises are coming from outside. Danny asks what's happening, but her dad tells her they need to leave immediately. The two run out of the house together. As they sprint away, her dad tells her not to let go of his hand. Suddenly, their house explodes behind them. Danny looks back and freezes in fear. She asks again what's going on, but instead of answering, her dad hides her inside the hollow of a tree and tells her to stay there. He says he has to go help the others. Danny begs him not to go, but he insists and runs off. A few moments later, her dad stumbles back into view and collapses right in front of her. He's dead. Terrified, Danny runs into the woods. She feels like something horrifying is chasing her, but she can't see what it is. In reality, a giant demon bear is stalking her, destroying everything in its path. As she keeps running through the woods, she slips down a steep slope, crashes to the ground, and loses consciousness. When Danny finally wakes up, she discovers she's strapped to a bed. She climbs down, drags the bed toward a window, and looks outside. The place appears completely isolated and deserted. She notices a camera watching her and starts yelling at it. Then she rushes to the door and tries to open it, but it's locked. Just then, a woman's voice comes through, telling her not to panic and that she's on her way. A moment later, a woman wearing a doctor's uniform appears outside the door. She tells Danny that she knows she's scared, but she's safe here. The woman says she'll come inside and explain everything. Danny steps back from the door. The woman enters and introduces herself as Dr. Reyes. She asks Danny to sit down while she removes the restraints. Once Danny sits on the bed, Dr. Reyes unlocks her restraints and gently tells her that what she's about to hear will be very difficult. According to Dr. Reyes, a tornado destroyed Danny's home, and she was the only survivor of the disaster. But Danny immediately disagrees. She says it wasn't a tornado. Whatever attacked her sounded like an animal, and it was chasing her. Dr. Reyes asks what it was, but Danny can't remember. Reyes explains that sometimes people see things that aren't really there, especially after a traumatic event. She then hands Danny a small pendant shaped like a plastic bear. It was found near her father's body. After that, we see cameras scanning Danny and closely monitoring her condition. In the next scene, Danny asks Dr. Reyes why she was the only person who survived. Reyes tells her that many survivors ask themselves the same question after a tragedy like this. But she points out something unusual. Despite everything that happened, Danny doesn't have a single scratch on her. Dr. Reyes then asks if she knows what mutants are. Danny quietly nods. Reyes explains that mutations usually begin during adolescence. For the first 13 years of their lives, mutant children seem completely normal. Then, as they grow older, their powers start to emerge. Danny asks the question that's been on her mind. What are my powers? Reyes tells her they'll figure that out together. She also reveals that there are other kids just like her staying at the facility. Dr. Reyes then gives Danny a tour of the hospital. She explains that it's a place designed specifically for young mutants. The staff helps them understand and control their abilities. Once they're able to manage their powers safely, they're allowed to return to their normal lives. Eventually, Reyes shows Danny her room. Danny asks how long she'll have to stay there. Reyes gives her a serious answer. Until she's convinced that Danny isn't dangerous, she'll have to remain at the facility. With that, Reyes tells her to get some rest and leaves the room. The next day, we see Dr. Reyes sitting in a group session with 4 other teenagers: Sam, Ileana, Roberto, and Rain. Reyes reminds them that the day before, she asked everyone to think about the first time they discovered their powers. She asks if anyone would like to share their story. Sam, Ileana, and Roberto all refuse to talk. Reyes tells them that she can't help them unless they're willing to be honest with her. Just then, Danny arrives and joins the group. Rain decides to speak up. She explains that she was 13 years old when it happened. One day, she was running through the woods. The truth was that Rain had the ability to transform into a wolf. She was running in her wolf form when her powers first started to emerge. Rain says she believed something was wrong with her, so she went to a church looking for help. She confessed her secret to a priest and told him that she could turn into a wolf. Instead of helping her, the priest beat her and called her a witch. After saying that, Rain falls silent. Dr. Reyes then reminds everyone that there are rules in the facility. Anyone who breaks them will be punished and locked in solitary confinement for the night. After the session, Reyes asks Ileana to show Danny around. Outside, Danny asks Ilyana where they are. Ilyana says Reyes, claims the nearest town is 20 miles away, but she thinks that's probably a lie. Danny notices there isn't any fence around the property. Ilyana smirks and tells her she's free to leave if she wants, because there are no fences keeping anyone inside. In reality, Ilyana already knows Danny can't escape. She's only messing with her. Danny takes the bait and starts running away from the facility. Ilyana follows behind, amused. After running a short distance, Danny suddenly slams into an invisible barrier and crashes to the ground. Blood begins dripping from her nose. Confused, she gets back up and touches the barrier. A powerful wall of energy surrounds the entire area. Ilyana laughs. She tells Danny that this isn't a hospital, it's a cage. And now she's trapped inside it. Furious, Danny charges toward Ilyana, ready to hit her. But before she can reach her, Ilyana suddenly teleports away. Danny is left standing there, frustrated and humiliated. Nearby, Rain watches everything unfold while secretly observing in her wolf form. Later, Danny climbs to the top of the clock tower. She breaks through part of the structure and makes her way outside. It looks like she's about to jump. Before she can, Rain arrives and asks what she's doing. Danny admits that she's thinking about killing herself. Rain tells her that she wants to escape too, but this isn't the way. She patiently talks Danny down and eventually convinces her to come back inside. Danny takes Rain's hand, and together they climb back down safely. A little later, they walk across the courtyard and spot Sam training with his powers. Sam has chained himself down while trying to control the powerful vibrations that allow him to blast through the air at incredible speeds. He's launching himself across the area, repeatedly smashing into the ground and nearby structures as he struggles to stay in control. Danny is shocked by what she's seeing. Soon, the two girls head to the cafeteria, where Sam, Ilyana, and Roberto are already hanging out. Rain begins telling Danny about the others. She explains that Sam was an excellent student, but he also had to work in the coal mines with his father to help support his family. Then she talks about Roberto. Roberto comes from an extremely wealthy family in Brazil. Before arriving at the facility, he had a great life, but after his powers emerged, his parents sent him here for treatment. That night, Rain walks Danny back to her room before heading off to bed herself. As everyone sleeps, we see the security monitors switch into night mode. The system begins scanning each mutant's energy levels. Everything appears normal at first. Then Danny's readings suddenly start to rise. Without realizing it, her powers begin affecting Sam. Danny possesses a terrifying ability. She can turn people's deepest fears into reality. At that moment, Sam is alone in the laundry room. He hears strange noises coming from one of the washing machines. Curious, he walks over to investigate. Suddenly, the room around him changes. It feels as though he's standing inside a coal mine. He sees miners working in the darkness and slowly moves deeper inside. Then he spots his father. His dad tries to say something to him, but before he can, a massive explosion erupts. The vision shatters, and Sam is thrown backward into a washing machine. Disoriented, he has no idea what just happened. Meanwhile, Dr. Reyes continues monitoring Danny closely. The next morning, Danny heads to the showers, where Rain is already bathing. Danny mentions that there don't seem to be any cameras in the room. Rain tells her there may not be cameras, but there are microphones everywhere. Dr. Reyes can still hear everything they say. As they talk, Danny notices a scar on the back of Rain's shoulder, shaped like the letter W. She asks where it came from. Rain immediately becomes uncomfortable and refuses to answer. Without saying another word, she leaves. The truth is that the priest who abused her carved that mark into her skin. The W stood for witch. We then see Sam standing in front of a bathroom mirror. Suddenly, he starts slapping himself. Sam blames himself for his father's death, and the guilt has been eating him alive. Deep down, he's furious with himself and can't let go of what happened. Later, everyone is hanging out in the common room. Rain is watching a movie on TV. Ilyana is playing with one of her puppet dragons, and Sam is playing a game with Roberto. That's when Danny walks in. As usual, Ilyana immediately starts making fun of her. Danny gets irritated, and before long, the two girls start arguing. The argument quickly turns physical when Danny shoves Ilyana. Furious, Ilyana uses her powers to summon her giant sword and swings it at Danny. Luckily, Dr. Reyes arrives just in time and stops the attack before anyone gets hurt. As punishment, both girls are locked in solitary confinement. That night, Danny falls asleep in her isolation room. She begins having a nightmare. At first, she sees snow falling peacefully around her. Then the snow slowly turns red. A moment later, a massive bear appears in front of her. Terrified, Danny wakes up screaming. The monitoring system immediately scans her and triggers a warning alert. After seeing the alert, Dr. Reyes rushes to Danny's room. When she opens the door, she finds Danny covered in blood. Confused and frightened, Danny asks what's happening to her. She still has no idea that all of this is connected to her own powers. Meanwhile, the facility's computer systems continue analyzing and monitoring Danny's abilities. The next day, Dr. Reyes takes blood samples from Danny. She explains that they need to run several tests to understand exactly what her powers are. Once they know how her abilities work, they'll be able to teach her how to control them. Elsewhere, Rain suddenly finds herself reliving one of her worst memories. She appears to be inside a church confession booth. Then she hears someone approaching. The door slowly creaks open by itself. Terrified, Rain asks who's there. Moments later, she hears the voice of the same priest who abused her years ago. Panicking, she runs out of the church as fast as she can. Later, Danny arrives outside Rain's room. Just as Rain opens the door, Ilyana, Sam, and Roberto walk past them. Danny asks where they're going. Sam invites both girls to come with them. The group heads to a hidden room where there don't appear to be any cameras. However, unknown to them, the room is secretly equipped with hidden cameras and microphones. Dr. Reyes had set everything up to listen to their conversations and learn more about them. Once everyone is inside, Ilyana brings out a suitcase containing a lie detector machine. She hooks Roberto up to it. Sam asks Roberto how many girlfriends he's had. Roberto grins and claims he never bothered counting. The machine immediately reveals he's lying, making everyone laugh. Then they turn their attention to Sam. Someone asks why he always carries a piece of coal. Sam explains that it was the last thing his father gave him before he died. Next, Ilyana asks Danny about the bear pendant she always wears. Danny says her father gave it to her when she was little because she used to be terrified of the dark. According to her father, every person has two bears living inside them. One is good and the other is bad. When we're children, those bears are small. As we grow older, they grow with us. And the more fear we feed them, the bigger they become. Her father gave her the pendant so she'd always remember how small that bear once was. Eventually, it's Ilyana's turn. Danny asks how she ended up at the facility. Ilyana casually replies that she killed 18 people, one by one. Then she declares that she's the most powerful mutant in the entire place. Unknown to the group, Dr. Reyes is listening to every word they're saying. The following night, the friends spend even more time together. Rain secretly leads Danny through the ventilation system and out onto the grounds surrounding the hospital. The two girls lie down together in the garden beneath the night sky. Soon, it starts raining. Because of the energy barrier surrounding the facility, the rain can't pass through. Instead, the droplets splash against the shield, causing it to glow beautifully in the darkness. As they talk, the connection between them grows stronger. Eventually, Danny and Rain share a kiss. Meanwhile, back inside the hospital, Roberto hears Ilyana singing. Following the sound, he finds her sitting alone at the swimming pool. He offers to keep her company. Surprisingly, Ilyana agrees and invites him into the water. As they spend time together, the two share a kiss. But almost immediately, Roberto pulls away. His body begins heating up as his powers activate. Roberto admits that the first time his powers emerged, he was with his girlfriend. He lost control, and she was burned to death. That's why he's terrified of getting close to anyone. Ilyana looks at him and calmly says that he can't hurt her. Then, without another word, she teleports away, leaving Roberto alone at the pool. Roberto starts looking for Ilyana. That's when he suddenly notices a burning woman standing behind him. It's the same girlfriend who died because of his powers. Of course, none of it is real. Danny's abilities are bringing Roberto's worst fear to life. Terrified, Roberto stumbles out of the swimming pool and starts screaming. At the same moment, the facility's warning alarms begin blaring throughout the building. The alarms wake Dr. Reyes, who immediately rushes to the control room. After checking the security cameras, she sprints toward the pool area. Sam, Danny, and Rain arrive there as well. By now, Roberto's body has transformed into a blazing human torch, and he's completely losing control. To stop him from hurting himself or anyone else, Dr. Reyes knocks him back into the pool with a long pole. Once he calms down, Roberto accuses Ilyana of trying to kill him. An argument breaks out. Ilyana starts yelling at Reyes too. Since Reyes believes Ilyana caused the whole incident, she throws Ilyana into solitary confinement once again. The next day, Dr. Reyes gives Danny an injection. She tells her she's going to ask a few questions and that Danny must answer honestly. Reyes asks what happened before she arrived at the facility. As the drug takes effect, Danny begins remembering. morning. She says she was asleep at home when her father woke her up, and they ran from what everyone called a tornado. Reyes immediately interrupts her. She tells Danny she knows it wasn't a tornado and demands to know what she really saw. Danny tries to remember. Finally, she recalls a giant demon bear chasing her. Suddenly, horrifying visions flood her mind. She sees mutant children being tortured and forced to work by mysterious people. The memories overwhelm her, and she starts screaming. Meanwhile, Ilyana sits alone in solitary confinement. Without warning, her cell door slowly swings open. She notices a strange drawing on the wall directly across from her. Elsewhere, Rain is taking a shower when she hears someone outside. A familiar figure appears. It's the same priest who abused her. Just like before, this nightmare has been brought to life by Danny's powers. The priest attacks Rain with one of his tools. Rain instantly transforms into her wolf form and lets out a terrifying howl. Hearing the commotion, Dr. Reyes abandons Danny's interrogation and rushes toward the bathroom. The moment she opens the door, Wolf Rain bursts out. A few seconds later, she changes back into her human form. A fresh wound has appeared on her neck, and she's out in pain. Danny asks how any of this is possible. That's when Ilyana points directly at her. She tells Danny that all of this is happening because of her. Consumed by anger, Ilyana lunges at Danny and grabs her by the throat. But the instant she touches her, Danny's powers trigger another horrifying vision. Whatever Ilyana sees terrifies her enough to let go immediately. Dr. Reyes quickly injects Ilyana with a sedative. As she loses consciousness, Ilyana warns everyone, "Danny is inside all of your heads. She's going to get us all killed." Later, Ilyana sits alone in her room drawing. Danny quietly enters and returns the puppet that had fallen when Ilyana passed out earlier. She explains that she's not controlling any of what's happening. The nightmares and visions aren't intentional. For the first time, Ilyana actually believes her. In the next scene, Dr. Reyes receives a message from Essex Corporation. The test results for Danny Moonstar have finally arrived. The report labels Danny as an extremely dangerous subject. It instructs Reyes to collect additional DNA samples and then eliminate her. Later, Danny visits Rain. Rain reassures her that she isn't afraid of her. She tells Danny none of this is her fault. Danny then reveals something she saw during the testing session. While Reyes was probing her memories, she saw mutant children being imprisoned and forced to work. She tells Rain she's starting to think this place isn't really a hospital. Something about Dr. Reyes doesn't add up, and she's definitely hiding something. Not long afterward, Reyes calls Danny in for another test. But this time, her intentions are far more sinister. She plans to kill her. Before leaving, Danny shares a kiss with Rain and follows Reyes. Rain tries to go with her, but Reyes refuses. Danny is taken into another room where Reyes straps her arms and legs to a bed. Then she places a mask over Danny's face and begins pumping in a toxic gas. Meanwhile, Rain returns to the main hall where Sam and Ilyana are waiting. Suddenly, they hear someone singing. The eerie voice echoes through the corridors. The three of them follow the sound until they reach Ilyana's room. Something is wrong. The entire doorway has turned black. Concerned, Rain leaves to find Dr. Reyes. Ilyana slowly opens the door. Inside, they see a little girl sleeping peacefully on the bed. Then a terrifying monster appears beside her. Ilyana screams. The creature immediately turns its attention toward her. Sam quickly pulls her out of the room. At first, Sam assumes the monster isn't real, but then the creature steps out into the hallway, and it's not alone. More monsters emerge from nearby rooms. Within seconds, the group is surrounded. One of the creatures grabs Ilyana and starts dragging her away. Without hesitating, Sam grabs a fire extinguisher from the wall and attacks the monster. He manages to free Ilyana, and the two of them run for their lives. Dr. Reyes has already collected Danny's blood samples. Now she opens the valve connected to the toxic gas. Danny immediately realizes what's happening. Reyes isn't trying to help her anymore. She's trying to kill her. Danny starts screaming for help. At the same time, Rain hears her cries echoing through the facility. Using her enhanced sense of smell, Rain tracks Danny's scent and desperately searches for the room where Reyes took her. Meanwhile, Roberto is alone in the kitchen washing dishes when one of the nightmare creatures suddenly appears behind him. Startled, Roberto attacks with his powers and incinerates the monster. Back in the lab, Reyes tells Danny that she's one of the most powerful mutants she's ever seen. However, her superiors believe Danny's powers are too dangerous to control. Then Reyes injects poison into Danny's foreline. The drug begins taking effect, and Danny slowly starts losing consciousness. Just then, Rain crashes into the room through a ventilation shaft. She lunges at Reyes and slashes her with her claws. Reyes is badly injured, but before escaping, she drives a scalpel into Rain's leg. After Reyes flees, Rain quickly removes Danny's mask and disconnects the four. Elsewhere, Sam and Ilyana are still running from the monsters. Sam begs Ilyana to use her powers, but Ilyana is terrified because these creatures come directly from her worst childhood nightmares. Sam keeps telling her to fight back. Instead, Ilyana teleports away. With no other choice, Sam unleashes his powers and blasts through the monsters before escaping. Soon he finds Roberto. Roberto has been trying to get out of the hospital, but Reyes has sealed every exit with powerful energy barriers. The two boys decide to search for the others. As they move through the building, even more monsters appear. Just when things seem hopeless, Ilyana returns. This time, she's ready to fight. Using her powers and her magical sword, she tears through the creatures and wipes them out. Eventually, everyone reunites and makes their way into Dr. Reyes's office. Rain tells the group that Reyes was trying to kill Danny. While searching the office, Ilyana finds her personal file. The file describes her as a dangerous killer and lists her as a weapon that can be used in future operations. The others discover similar information about themselves. That's when the truth finally becomes clear. Essex Corporation never intended to help them. They brought the mutants there to train them and eventually use them as living weapons. Danny realizes they don't have much time left. She warns everyone that Reyes will keep trying to kill them if they stay. Danny tells them they can beat her if they work together. Sam points out that Reyes controls the energy shields surrounding the facility. He asks how they're supposed to escape. Danny replies that they'll find a way. Using Rain's tracking abilities, the group follows Reyes's scent and finally finds her. Even though she's badly wounded, Reyes is still powerful enough to trap everyone inside separate energy bubbles. No matter how hard they try, nobody can break free. Reyes tells them she only wants Danny. She claims she's simply following orders and promises to let everyone else go. Then she begins shrinking the bubbles. She removes the oxygen from Danny's bubble, intending to suffocate her. But before she can finish the job, Danny's powers suddenly erupt. The giant demon bear appears once again. It smashes through the walls of the facility and attacks Reyes. Within seconds, the creature devours her. The moment Reyes dies, all of the energy barriers and bubbles disappear, but Danny falls unconscious and becomes trapped inside her nightmare once more. The others carry her away and quickly realize the truth. The demon bear isn't just a monster, it's the physical manifestation of Danny's deepest fear and trauma, and now it's trying to kill her. Determined to save their friend, everyone joins the fight. Ilyana tells the others to find safety while she handles the bear. She opens a portal and teleports directly into battle. Beside her is Lockheed, her small dragon companion. Together, they charge at the demon bear. Meanwhile, the others take shelter inside a nearby church. But Sam refuses to stay behind and goes to help Ilyana. Roberto and Rain remain inside the church with Danny. Unfortunately, the demon bear follows them there. The monster crashes into the church and attacks. Sam launches himself at the creature and manages to break one of its teeth, but the impact sends him crashing to the ground. Moments later, Ilyana joins the fight and attacks the bear with everything she has. Even she ends up getting injured. Roberto also throws himself into the battle, but nothing seems capable of stopping the creature. Inside the church, Rain kneels beside Danny. She tells her that she has to wake up because she's the only one who can stop this. At that moment, Danny is still trapped inside her nightmare. There, she sees her father once again. He tells her that she has to wake up or her friends will die. Hearing her father's voice gives Danny the strength she needs. She finally opens her eyes. Then she walks directly toward the demon bear. Everyone watches in shock. Instead of attacking, Danny calmly tells the bear to stop. The creature roars and stares at her, but Danny isn't afraid anymore. She slowly approaches and gently places her hand on it. Then she tells the bear that it's time to rest. The demon bear grows calm. Moments later, it dissolves into nothingness and disappears. The nightmare is finally over. Everyone is relieved to see Danny alive and safe. With the threat gone, Sam picks up the piece of coal his father gave him and tosses it into the sky to test whether the barrier is still there. This time, nothing stops it. The shield is gone. For the first time, they're truly free. The group smiles as they prepare to leave the facility behind and begin a new chapter of their lives.